And welcome to the. Sorry for that echo. Hold on a minute. I'm getting all kinds of feedback here. Never mind. Got it. Okay, got it. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the SeeWDW Near and Far Parks and Socials podcast for the week of 6/14/2023. Today, we are going to talk about the new Indiana Jones Lounge and also the new Minion store at Universal. So, with that, John, how did your week in the parks go?
That went pretty well. It's about normal. I went to a couple parks this week. I last Sunday I didn't go to any parks. I decided to get some work done around the house that I needed to catch up on. But this week I decided I wanted to go to Hollywood Studios. And you might be interested to know one of the reasons I wanted to go was we had just done our podcast on Friday about Rock and Roller Coaster, and I was like, I should go ride that. Like we talked about, there's a single rider line now, and I've never gone through the single rider line, so that's one of the things that I did while I was there. So let's see, I got there around noon on Sunday, and the heat is back in Florida, so it has been so hot. Like even right now, we had our afternoon thunderstorm, and then it's just unbearably hot. My pool is 90 degrees, so that's I'm gonna have to buy some ice cubes for that. But so I got there. I got a look in the sunlight at the 100 tombstone out front. Looks like I think Walt's buried under that. If you look at it, he could be. That's the perfect setup. It looks like the perfect size.
If anyone was going to be buried under there, it'll be Michael Eisner eventually, I think.
Actually, that'd be more appropriate. Yeah,
I think so.
But anyway, I went to Hollywood Studios, and one of the things that I wanted to do too, I'm there by myself. Hollywood Studios is usually it's a park where it's hard to get on rides in the middle of the day without Genie Plus and stuff. But I brought my DJI gimbal, and I was playing with the hyperlapse stuff. And of course, it always shows it sideways, and now I can't turn it around. So I forgot about that. I think I have some better versions later. But I was playing with my gimbal to try out the hyperlapse feature. And then I went and decided to give Rock and Roller Coaster a shot with the single rider line. And I can tell you, it's so hard to tell as you're walking up, like as far as, how crowded it is or isn't. But it turns out I went in through the doors and I was in this room within a few minutes. Like it wasn't, I was in the recording studio part within a few minutes. And like I said, I've never been in the single rider line from up top. It actually, it's a pretty good view. You can see there. Normally, if you're at the bottom, you're either standing there while everybody in the entire room goes past you and pushes towards the door, or you can watch the show. From the single rider line, there's only like 5 of us in there, and I was fine being the last one. So I just stood there at the edge and watched it. And I was like, wow, that's a much more relaxed feel, I must say, than the other line. So, and then I was gonna say though, I can tell. Can you hear it today or no?
No, I can't.
All right, good. I was gonna say I can tell the at least one of the people loading was not very good at it, meaning they're just sending people down without asking, and then the other guy was pulling people out of the middle of the line to fill in gaps. And I'm like, if they were running it normally, like a couple of people that actually know what they're doing, I probably would have been on this ride in like 5 minutes. And I've noticed that too at single rider at Everest. I've already had someone there that just, they weren't real sure how things are working. They're putting people through. They're just telling people to go by without even asking how many. And again, it took forever. And then some other guy switched, like one person switched with another. The new person did it correctly. And they were like, single rider follow, single rider follow. How many single rider follow? And the line just emptied out immediately. So it really depends on who you get. But on this particular day, I stood there and watched the people working the queue, and yeah, they were definitely new and not real good at the single rider thing. Even so, 20 minutes is how long it took me, and the standby was 55, so it's not bad. I don't mind waiting. I wait 20 minutes to ride Rock and Roller Coaster, but what scares me is if it were backed up more and you had that same person there, oh, it could be even longer than standby. They can just confusedly be like, oh, I forgot to load a single rider for the last 25 minutes. Oops. It's like, because there's really no guarantee with anything with that, or even that the line will be shorter than the regular line. And again, I saw that with Everest with the confused people over there. So
I mean, you figure that video, like the studio queue part of it, is about 5 minutes itself. So getting in there, though, 20 minutes, you're there for 5 minutes. You're actually in the line waiting to load up on the coaster for 5 minutes. It's not bad. I mean, that's really a good time. Single rider's the way to go.
What are you trying to tell me? The glass is half full? I think it's half empty.
No, I'm trying to say, I know you said about the person, then the person will learn. I know you are, but the person will learn to load up those people eventually. You know what I mean? Hopefully, let's hope. But, on to
another job in 3 weeks.
That's probably true.
They won't be there long enough.
That's probably true.
But anyway, I waited until this point to pull out the phone to get a little video of it. You can't see much, but it's still a fun experience. And that part's pretty cool. You can see as the light hits the train in front of me, it kind of lights up coming down. That one too. So there's some clips in there. I need to remember to take them out and use them for something, because again, this will be one of my lost forever videos that has a few great little parts that would work, but anyway, I've been trying to do different things at the parks lately, because I tend to do the same things over and over when you're by yourself and there's no other input coming in. You notice over the years you have the same patterns, that you tend to do. So I thought to myself, after we had our podcast, I can't remember the last time I've been on Rock and Roller Coaster, and they do have a single rider line. It seems like it would be dumb not to do it. And I think I'm going to do it more often. Another one that I did not do this time because I find the ride just terribly boring, but Smuggler's Run has a single rider line too. I didn't even know that until recently. And even after I saw it, I was still like, I don't know. It's just not that fun of a ride. And honestly, it doesn't change much unless you're the pilot trying to maneuver. It's really not going to be any different from one time to the next. So, but I did want to tell you, there were absolutely no changes on the ride. Maybe it was a little bit brighter. I can't remember that well from the last time. But remember, I made a remark about a song that probably would not be there.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's coincidence, but it wasn't there when I wrote it, and
They have 4 different songs that they play randomly. So I don't know if that one, maybe that one isn't there anymore. I don't know. But it's
well,
usually 4 that they start with.
it's my guess that that song would somehow not be acceptable at Disney anymore. You know,
It could be.
but
Somebody
I,
probably, people
I think,
probably wouldn't even notice it.
but yeah, I mean, as far as dressing goes, I think they made the song because they're all dudes that look like ladies. You know, they all have the long hair and they look like they wear makeup and everything. So yeah, maybe they're the original.
I mean, there used to be the playlist was it was let's see, Sweet Emotion,
Yep.
back in the saddle, and Dude Looks Like a Lady together. Okay, and then they had Love in an Elevator and Walk This Way, and then they had what's the next one?
I don't
Nine
remember.
Lives. I've
I
never
don't
heard
remember.
that. I don't remember that song.
I don't remember which group I got, but I definitely didn't hear.
Well, they do
But again,
a
it could still.
song called Young Lust, which, Young Lust is fine, but Dude Looks Like a Lady, and Love in an Elevator, Young Lust and Love in an Elevator, and they're perfectly fine to play on Rock and Roller Coaster, I guess. But
Again, I might be completely wrong too, because I can't find anything. I don't find anything wrong with the song at all. But
I don't
Disney's
either.
getting Disney's getting so weird with what they cut out. So if it's the slightest bit, it could offend somebody somehow. They're like, get rid of it, get rid of it. So again, I don't know. Either way, I don't really care. But just I did mention that on our Friday podcast, so I just wanted to mention I didn't hear it. So.
Right.
And I didn't want to spend a lot of time at the park, so I did go through. I was looking for something to go live on, and I thought I'm going to go live on a 3D show. So I went live on Star Tours, and it was literally no wait at all, and it wasn't the best view. I didn't download a video of it because when you do a live video, it kind of it you can download a low quality version of it, but I didn't. But again, the line was probably about 5 minutes. It looked long because it was all the way out of the building. But again, it was just people looking at the movie, walking real slow, taking pictures. So it just went right in. Um, and I got one of the sequences that had Darth Vader, so I always liked
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Darth Vader was a good one. So, and again, I like that ride because it has a lot of classic stuff on it. Like it's got the new stuff too. Yeah, there's one of the Pride photo op things.
Mm.
I do notice. I don't really care what they do with photo ops and stuff. And I don't really get my photo taken in front of anything, but I have noticed that all the parks, they have specific pride things. I never see anyone get their picture taken, really. There's never a line. There's never. So again, I don't know how popular it is. Maybe it's only popular certain. I don't know. But again, there was some lady talking with the photo pass person, but besides that, nobody was around. The Epcot one, nobody was around. I've seen the one at the Magic Kingdom many times, and again, maybe it's just a coincidence for me, but I don't think it's as popular at the parks as you might think it is when you see the constant social media saying, "Look, look, look." It's like again,
Yeah.
I don't mind it.
I mean, my
I love
take would be,
rainbows.
look what they did. Look, they put a pride thing up, but they put it way back in the corner in the middle of nowhere in an obscure part of
Yeah, I'm not a
Muppets Land or something. And,
I'm not a
it's
picture
kind of like,
person.
yeah, I'm not either, honestly. But I mean, it's interesting. They act like they're, all there, but then they kind of shove something like that. But I mean, the Epcot ones are
To
way
be,
out there,
to,
though.
to be fair, though, they used to put the Epcot one at the Imagination bathroom. So you had to go behind the Imagination pavilion where nobody ever goes, and they had it back there. And again, I'm not giving any opinion of my own, but yeah, it's funny that Disney pushes it, but then they hide it, but then they push it. And again, I think now they're just pushing it. So I know this one's a little out of the way, but they're not trying to hide anything. They're really pushing a lot of it. So, but anyway, from there, I went to the Muppets, and I decided I'm going to go live in the Muppets too. And I've
Mhm.
had people basically say, I'm an idiot before for going live in the Muppets. I'm blocking people's views. And, I have all these mean comments before. But I will reiterate that I wait until everybody goes in. I stand off to the side. They all pick their aisles. They all sit where they want. I sit off to the left with nobody behind me and kind of in the back middle somewhere. And I still don't even hold up my phone. It goes about in front of my face is the highest it goes. So I'm not standing there like this. I don't have a big gimbal sticking up to ruin some kid's view. And because I think that's what people were thinking before, that I'm like blocking little kids trying to record to go live or something. And I am always very careful to not disrupt anybody because, again, I would feel terrible to make anybody's trip less fun than it could have been, especially a kid. I hate that. And that's why most of the time I end up with a terrible view of like parades and stuff too. It's like, what am I going to say when they put like kids out in front of me and lift them up? And it's like, am I going to say, hey, get rid of that kid? I want to see fireworks. It's like, nah, I just accept that it's going to happen to me a significant amount of the time. But so I saw the Muppets, didn't wait very long, went live, and I think the lives went pretty well. So, and I still love the Muppets, but I have a feeling this is going to go though too. They've got a few parts in the pre-show and inside that if the Disney, whatever they call that group of people who goes around and looks for problems, I think they skipped the Muppets, because I don't have any problem with any of it. I think it's hilarious, but the people who were basically looking for offenses and rides, like the Jungle Cruise and all that, like the people who said, "Oh, what needs to be changed? Pirates needs to be changed. Splash Mountain needs to be changed." I don't think they went in the Muppets because there's a couple things that I find hilarious,
Yeah.
and but and I'll give the more mild example. Remember how Waldorf and the other guy, the two old guys up in the corner, they said something about the guy in the goofy mask, and then he's like, "Oh, sorry, lady," like
Hmm.
joking about a lady looks like a guy, and this again. I have a feeling now the people who look for problems and work for Disney, they'd probably be like, no, 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 no. And there's an even more offensive one in the pre-show. But so anyway, I saw the Muppets. I enjoyed it very much, as I always do. Um, and you can tell I tend to go there when my wife's not with me because she doesn't really enjoy it. Um, but I thought it was great, and I still think it stands up great considering when it started. But and I did get one comment though. Somebody said, "I really wish they would have a meet and greet with Sweetums between shows. Like that'd be the most popular thing ever." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's true. The person who does it is there."
Hmm.
And they're already in costume. They're literally just waiting for the next show to do their part. It's like I'm sure they don't want any additional stuff to do, but I mean that would be a really cool meet and greet. Sweetums. That is one awesome character. So
It
I
is.
certainly like that. Like I'm not really into characters, but Sweetums, that would be pretty darn cool. Oh, and I did want to mention too. I've mentioned it before, but this is one of the few mistakes you can see in this scene here. And I didn't have 3D glasses in front of my phone, but Sweetums is here, and Sweetums also appears on the screen at the
Mm-hmm.
same time. He's in like the 1980s scene of the broken thing. So I don't know. I don't think you can see him, but he's there. But he's also in here too. But I was going to say it's one of those rare mistakes that Imagineering slash Henson's place missed, and I've noticed it for years, and they never change it. But I always thought that was interesting. All right, so from there, I decided to take a gander at the new Den Indiana Jones Den of Destiny. And I guess the new movie's called Dial of Destiny. So this is just a pop-up shop. You can see these banners are very temporary. And I will show you. They basically said it's a pop-up bar, but honestly, it's just a stand. You walk inside and there is a queue to get drinks, and then you go right out of a door, and the seating area is outside. It's basically in the exit, or you can see in there. This is the whole place. You see the queue up there? That's to get a drink. Once you get a drink, you leave. Darn social media people in there. I hate them. All the other ones. Just can't believe that guy. Get that. Yeah, so I don't think I got a good shot of it, but there's a few extremely overpriced drinks, I'm sure, that are themed from Indiana Jones. I did not buy
some cool.
any.
They got some cool theming in there, though. It looks like,
Oh,
anyways.
they do. If you like Indiana Jones, it's a fun little place to visit, and you don't have to buy anything. Yeah, here you could see some Indiana Jones. They mix in the merch with and I guess a lot of these things are props. I don't know if they're the official props or anything. Like this looks like merchandise over there, but it is nice though. They even have like the scabbards up there, and just there's some cool stuff. Oh, here you can see the drink menu. I didn't think I got close enough to even get the drink, but yeah, you can get a weathered fedora for $14.50, adventurous margarita $13.50. I'm glad they made a masculine and feminine drink, because otherwise I wouldn't know what to get.
Yeah, right.
Disney's so weird.
They are very weird, aren't they?
They looked at that and they're like, wait a minute. Equal. It's like, oh, they're so cringy. And they have one non-alcoholic drink, which doesn't look like kids would like it that much. Green tea.
No, but Mom might like it. I don't know. Although my wife, she wouldn't like green tea.
I'm just saying, like, people are like, well, can kids go in? I'm like, they can. Yeah. But this is it. See, this is a temporary thing too. That's the whole bar. You wait in line, you get your drink, and you look at some stuff before you get in line. And again, it's not. This is the part here where they have bronze chest. They have his whip and hat over here. But I'm not sure if it's from the newest movie or what. I mean, it could be. Yeah, props by Ben Wilkinson. So, yeah, maybe it's a prop from the new movie. And then they have, some pictures based on the new movie. I guess this is the dial of destiny.
Hmm.
So I guess that's like a photo op, but I mean that thing's pretty cool, but I don't know. It's not. I don't think it's not based on anything historical or real at all, though. Yeah, I don't think time travel's real. But
No, I don't either. I was gonna say, well, I mean, I guess aliens aren't either, and Crystal Skull was with aliens. So, well, some people think it is. They are. So,
yeah,
I don't know, but the crystal skulls are, that's a real artifact. The Ark of the Covenant was real, although, you can debate the mystic nature of it and all, the cup that Jesus actually did drink from a cup. So, those are actual artifacts. The Dial of Destiny, probably not so much.
yeah. So yeah, that like I said, if you're a big fan of Indiana Jones, it's interesting. But I still thought the coolest part was
Yeah. The real prop
the
outside,
exit.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they literally have the old army truck and tank outside, and
Yeah.
this is the exit for the stunt spectacular. And again, that thing is really cool. Like
Mhm.
that's the kind of prop that I like. They have a tank sitting there, so that is pretty awesome. And that is right next to it. So this is the reason I wanted to show you. If you walk into the exit, look to your right, and you see the military truck and tank, and then up a little further and to the right, this is this is the seating area. That's it.
Hmm.
So you wait in line, you buy your drinks, and don't sit down. You can stand out here because they don't want you sitting there all day. You can stand out there and drink your drink and then move along. So that's it. I don't know why that feels like it always makes me think even in prison they have seats. It's like Disney, they're like no sitting because they know there'll be groups of people who sit there for hours and hang out there
Yeah.
all night. So. But again, it just still seems ridiculous. And they have a few travel posters that are supposed to look, from the time when Indiana Jones was around. And that is about it for that. Again, personally, I'm not that impressed because I don't really buy a lot of $15 drinks at Disney. Maybe I should. I might like them, but I just I never got into that habit yet. I'll go home and drink like a White Claw for cost me like 80 cents. It's like that's enough for me. And I don't drink a lot, so one of those drinks would probably make me nervous about driving home, at least within a few hours.
It depends on where you go. They can get a little heavy on the liquor in some places there, and other places not so much. So a promotional lounge, it's hard to tell, how heavy they would get. There, my understanding is they're pretty heavy on the drinks sometimes, right there, in the the Primetime Lounge in there. That's the restaurant, the cafe restaurant, but they have a lounge in the front that you can go in and hang out too.
I wonder if you can get food there because that would be a great thing for me to do on a Sunday when I go. I could go in, sit at the bar, and just order food there and just have an actual meal, but by myself.
I'm pretty sure you can.
Don't tell my family, but the other thing would be a lot cheaper. One person's cheap. Two people, it's twice
not
as much.
So much.
Three people, it's starting to get to be too much. You better just not go.
3 people, you get the bankruptcy lawyer out there.
With your family, no way.
Yeah, but believe me, it's like pack the cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say at this point, I did Rock and Roller Coaster. I saw the new Den of whatever Indiana Jones stuff. I did Star Tours and I watched Muppets, and I thought to myself, I want to get some exercise. So I got out and I walked my favorite walking path, and I didn't take it all the way to Epcot because I didn't want to be there too long, but I did walk all the way to the Swan and Dolphin.
Hmm.
And the reason was since I had my DJI gimbal with me, and I was playing with um, hyperlapse video, I wanted to do one um, in front here. And again, you probably can't see it here because it will go sideways. But, oh no, I don't know what that's doing. Basically, I did one in that format from there, but going to all the way up to the fountain. So I just thought it would be a cool video because of the look of it. It took to me that looks like a cool video to do a hyperlapse going like zooming up to it. So,
Which, if anyone's wondering, DJI, this is all you were carrying right here, something like this. Yours is the newer one, but
yeah,
with the magnet, this attaches to your phone. This attaches to your gimbal. It's real easy. Pocket gimbal.
Yeah, it folds up too. So it's not small, but it does fit in your pocket.
Yeah, there's the fold up.
Yep. Yeah, and it also comes with a stand, but I usually keep mine off. That way you can put it down somewhere or use it for extra height. But I'm pretty sure it extends too. Anyway, but I don't even remember.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it extends out. I haven't tried that in a while. I should have went to Epcot, extended my gimbal over the construction wall, and looked around in there a little bit.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's extends. You pull it right out like that.
There it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, I from there I just walked back. Like I said, it was an extremely hot day. It was probably in the 90s, and right in the middle of the heat between noon and 3 o'clock is when I did all the walking around. So anyway, that's about it for that day. I would show you the hyperlapse videos, but again, they don't seem to come out well on here. Like I definitely have them, but anyway, that is it for that. And then on Monday, I decided to go to Universal Studios, and I did that. I waited till Monday for this because my wife wanted to go there. So she literally is getting to the point where her preference is getting to be Universal, So I was like, all right, I'll wait and go to Universal with you. Which is really saying something because she used to love Disney. Yeah, I think this is another hyperlapse, but of course it's got to be sideways. So. But what the hyperlapse does is it focuses on one thing. So it looks like fast motion all around you, but it maintains a very stable focus on something where everything moves except what you're focused on. And then inside of CapCut, I usually stabilize it more to even reduce the movement. And then you can also speed it up then too. So it has this real weird like effect of quickly going. And matter of fact, actually, I can show you an example of it. I think this is a decent example. The beginning of this, see how everything moves, but the Tower of Terror stays focused. So this beginning part, it's fast. Like you could never do a time lapse and maintain that kind of stability. That's where the gimbal comes in.
Hmm.
Anyway, went to Universal, and one of the things we wanted to see was there's a new shop. I think it's called Evil Stuff, and they have all the villains from the. Is it Despicable Me or is it
Yeah.
Minions?
It's
Despicable Me.
it's I think it's both. It's kind of like the Despicable Me world. So I think they're calling it Minions Land, but so they are going to emphasize the Minions, but really the Despicable Me was the series that started it all.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think either would be fine, to be honest with you.
So all this is out front of Villains Con, and I could see where the ride is going to exit inside the gift shop too. But they have photo ops of a bunch of villains outside. They have their poster and them standing out there, and let's see, and then we go into the shop, and it is nice. There is a lot of Minion stuff, and again. I'm kind of too old to have ever been a Minions fan per se. I know what they are. I'm aware and stuff, but I'm not. I'm an old guy. I don't really know that much about it. But they have a lot of Minion stuff in there, and very cool artwork too. There you can see where the ride's going to let out. So once
Hmm.
Minion Con or whatever or Villain Con opens up, this is going to be where you come out of there after the ride. So this is going to be the exit through the gift shop spot. And yeah, most of the stuff in here, it's Minions or Villain Con themed. What I like about it though, and again, in contrast to Disney, notice they do a lot of theming. Like they have minions, they have bombs hanging from the ceiling. Um, like I said, there's just a lot of theming going on in there, and I know that shouldn't be weird, but between this and the tribute store, it's like man, the amount of theming is crazy they're doing at Universal. And in contrast, I was just over at a creation shop, and I was like, huh. I wonder when they're going to change this. It's like literally, that's my thought on it, which that should not be. It's way too new for that. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of
That's
new
some
shirts.
cool. Yeah, the shirts look really cool.
Yeah, lots of bags. Is that Hey Hey?
I don't know. Ask Tim Tracker. Maybe he has a tattoo of him on his foot.
Gonna be a lawsuit. But anyway, look at this stuff. This is highly themed gift shop, and all the stuff in here. I never saw most of it before. Meaning they have unique stuff in there too that I've never seen. So again, pretty cool. Although I have to say Disney did theme the Guardians gift shop. So
That's true.
gotta
But
give
it's
them
like
that.
a little closet. It's really small, right?
Yeah, yeah, but it is themed, so I can't say they never do, but they have a tendency to untheme lately
Hmm.
in lieu of themes. So, but yeah, I need to look into this more. I like these shirts. Like I love a nice gray shirt, and I
Yeah,
like that. That's a fairly simple shirt too. But
I do too. I even like the orange one. It's pretty
yeah,
cool with the Villain Con stuff on it.
yeah, I definitely like it. And here's a lounge fly, Minions lounge fly, and you know. Like I said, I'm not a huge Minions fan or anything, but I think they're doing a great job and they need to because, again, kids love Minions. It was one of the top performing movies. It beat all the Disney cartoons this year, the Minions one. Like it literally did better from what I understand. So far, Minions is like at near the top of kid movies that came out this year. So it's a smart thing to do, and you can see the progress of the construction a little more. That's the Evil Stuff shop. Here you can. That video is still processing. It's been a long time. You can get an idea of the colors. See, Bank of Evil is there. They got some artwork on the walls. Um, they have the big Minions sign up, of course, now too over that, but not when I was there.
It kind
And
of
I
reminds
noticed too
me
they
of the
have these
way
new.
Muppet Land used to be. You know what I mean? Like when they actually had a
Yeah,
store in
it is
Muppet
pretty
Land.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very well themed. And again, I may not be the biggest fan of the Minions, but I know who they are. I know the Despicable Me. I'm pretty sure I've seen that before. It's a good. So I know who they are, what they are, and all that. But the theming looks so nice there. Like it looks like you're literally. It's such fun, bright colored, well themed. And again, every inch of it just colored and color theming minion stuff, and the amount of full size minion statue things built in, and just it's amazing. They're doing a really good job theming, and again, I'm glad to see it because like I said, Disney I feel like's not been doing a great job in theming lately, and Universal's building a whole new park. So just imagine how well themed that's going to be. It's going to be impressive. So
Mm-hmm.
my wife had said a lot of these stands around the Universal Florida Park too. They have these new digital displays, and they had a lot of new. It looked like there were a lot of new different snacks and foods available too. I don't know exactly what. Like I didn't get anything to eat, but pizza slices. This was. I've never seen this stuff there before. You couldn't get. I mean, it looks expensive, but New York sized pizza slice. It's like I can honestly tell you, I've never seen that at Universal. So I think they're changing up their food a bit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And while we were there, we decided to ride the Mummy, and I got yelled at for having my phone out, so I didn't get to record. I didn't get to record the launch. So next time, I'm not taking it out until the launch. Just as it gets to that part, I'm going to do it. So that's too late, you know. But anyway, that was disappointing because I'm always looking for the next. The last time I was on the Mummy, I got some footage that got me hundreds of thousands of views. Like people were really liking the video. So, and again, you never know what you're going to get. So I hated that
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. So I decided that I wanted to. There was nobody by the Jaws thing. I don't know what that is there. I don't. That's probably my finger as usual. I must have put it out there because I'm a great videographer. That's what we do.
Well, you
Yeah,
said you
look.
hate those. You said you hate those social media people. So
Yeah, that's how you can tell. But anyway, yeah, I was getting some Jaws stuff. Yeah, why? I
you could just crop that
gotta
out.
get. I know I can, but I told you my daughter did the same thing on the Tron ride. She got me the front row seat, and her finger was in the corner the whole time. I was like, "Man, that looks just like it looked exactly like my Velocicoaster." I was like, "Man, we both get front rows and ruin entire videos with our fingers."
Hmm.
So. But so we after the Mummy, we went to Diagon Alley. Um, I don't know why most of this stuff doesn't come through, but that's okay. I I my wife got a vegan butter beer, which was much easier to get this time. You know, she's
Hmm.
had problems in the past. She said she walked right past the person who will try to stop you to tell you have to get a table or something because she's like, I already know I don't. I'm just getting a drink. And she walked right past him and went up and just got her butter beer. So it worked. And then we went into the candy shop, and I actually we got some hard candies that are like pear flavored. I have not had any yet, though. I forgot about them. But you know the candy shop in Diagon Alley is always nice, and I haven't been
Mm-hmm.
in there in a while either, so I thought that was cool. Um, then from there we went over to Men in Black, Alien Attack, and I haven't ridden that in a while too. And again, I don't know what made me do it. I was just like, I feel like I always do the same things, and I forgot my wristband for my recording, so I didn't want to do any coasters. But you know what it made me think? I said next time I want to do The Simpsons, and I'm going to
Oh yeah.
record it from my little thing one way or another, and then I can record the whole ride. Not that I love the ride or anything, but it's sad that I have no footage from it. I can't use it for anything. It's like because they will yell at you in half a second. You just look at your phone and they'll like put the phone away and they turn off all this thing. But I think I can get away with it. I might even stick that thing on my magnetic thing under my shirt and just have it sitting there and it'll record the whole time. So anyway, Men in Black with my After Four Express Pass was absolutely no wait at all. And I have to say, I went back in here. This ride always reminds me of vacation. You know, that's when I did it the most. And the air conditioning, I told you it's been really hot in Florida. The air conditioning works so good in Men in Black that it feels like Arctic in there. It's crazy how cold it is. So I went through that, and yeah, it looks like they don't let me play half the videos, but I have to tell you, I haven't done this one in a while too, but I can tell you I have done the Buzz Lightyear one, and after not doing this is about 10,000 times better than the Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger spin. Like there is so much stuff to see in here. And every time I'm always looking for different targets to shoot and different things. Like all these things are in front of you, the aliens. But if you look at like the second story, more of them are popping out there. Third story, there's even ones that could pop up there all on the ground. You just don't know where anything's going to come from. So no matter how many times you do it, it reminds me of like the Haunted Mansion. You could be on your 100th ride. You're going to be like, whoa, look at that. I never even noticed that before. And I really do appreciate that. I think this time I was keeping my eye on a baby carriage. And of course, an alien pops right up out of it and you got to shoot into the baby carriage. And I'm like, that's it's one of those things that most people don't think about because you don't think about shooting baby carriages. But in the Men in Black ride, those aliens are hiding everywhere. So we did Men in Black. My wife beat me, but I was recording a lot. But not that that's an excuse. But I always like this sign too. Are we alone? Of course we are. The universe is yours.
Hmm.
I always like that one.
I like that whole walk down out of that ride, because you can walk as you're walking down, you can kind of see everything as you enter into that shop at the exit and everything. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's a nice it's a nice gift shop too. So
Yeah.
and then from there, my wife ordered a pizza from Brick Oven, the pizza place at
Red
City Walk.
red oven,
Red.
yeah.
And we haven't done that in a long time because we would joke about how difficult it was. You would mobile order it.
Mm-hmm.
They would never call you back. You'd have to wait in a line behind all these people, and they
Mm-hmm.
will not wait on you until they get through everybody else. And then they're like, "Yeah, your pizza's sitting here." And it's like nobody ever told me I'm still waiting in lines. This is just terrible. Like the just did not work. this time she ordered it early. So she ordered it. We went on ET, and as we were walking out of the park, it was ready. And she was
Hmm.
like, it worked. And she said this time they made her pick a 15-minute window when she would be there, and it actually works. So again, thank goodness they're improving stuff, because I love mobile ordering, and I would eat so much more stuff at Universal if that worked properly. So, and so anyway, we went on um, ET, and it was very good as always. And from there, we left. We got the brick oven pizza and left. But yeah, I wanted to show you. This is what the hyperlapse ends up looking like with editing. See how quick it is? Right
Mm-hmm.
up. And let's see, here's the 3-second version. I need to work on my walk though. I think I need to walk more steady, because you could tell my walk was having me slightly go back and forth, you know. It's one of those things. If you're going to do a good hyperlapse, you need to literally try to hold the camera not steady, but as steady as you can't just walk, because it's going to look crazy, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
and let's see. Here's my yeah. So that's about it for the parks. Um, and let's see. As far as social media goes, Universal, I'm up to 133,000 followers. Disney 124. My growth slowed drastically. Like for a while, I was growing pretty decent. Like, you know, in a week, I could get a couple thousand probably. That's not been the case. It's literally a handful every day. My reach went up on Disney and kept going down on Universal. Right now, they're both at 2.6 million in 30 days. So I
Hmm.
don't know. They're definitely a mess. I can't say that I'm a huge fan. I haven't had anything that big. Um, you know, between 2 and 3 thousand seems to be doable for me. But you know, like I'm not getting any breakouts anymore. You know, like no, there's no Remy hat that's getting a million views.
Hmm.
So I think that this is one of my bigger ones. So like I had a couple big ones, but I already knew that they were big. They were going to be big before I did it. But since that, my normal stuff, where I'm actually trying new stuff and not trying to do something that I did very well in the past, it's been, you know, middle of the road. And honestly, my Universal one too. Like I'm not going to complain. Like I did. Here's yeah, yeah, it's around 3,000, 3,000, 4,700, 3,500, 1,200. It's like, again, that might sound crazy to some people, but for me, it's all middle to low. Like it's fine. So I'm basically in a holding pattern for them. Um, I probably got another 100 followers while I was just talking to you on TikTok, though. Look, 93,300.
Wow. See, you're getting up there on that one. I knew you would.
I was gonna say while we were talking, I guarantee it went up at least 100, because it wasn't 3 before. So I am growing quick. Um, my big one was Everest at 2.7 million,
Hmm.
and then I did a Tron at Night one that this one's starting to hit now too. It's up to 896,000. So that one's doing very well, and I wanted to show you on here because they won't let me show. Um, there's my bonus so far, one
Hmm.
thousand
Wow.
one hundred $45. Now, the sad part is this. this payment per however many views keeps going down, but I guess that naturally does as it goes up. Started out at like 90 some cents. But I was going to say I got 1.8 million qualified views. I don't know what qualified means, but I mean, there's 900. There's let's say two. We'll grab a handful here. 3, 4. I got some 1, 2, 250, 3, 4, 5. I would say 5 or 6 million views is what I have, but less than a third of them are qualified. So maybe the people, you have to watch it a certain amount of time or something. So if it wasn't for the qualified part, I would be, I'd be at 6 or 7 million views by now.
There is an information tab on there. Did you see that where it says qualified views? So when you're actually in there, it'll explain whatever that is. So I'm not sure what that means myself, but
they don't really give you good explanations of stuff. But I can look closer and see what it says. All right. Watch time is at least 5 seconds.
I see. Okay.
Views with dislikes are not considered. Multiple views from the same account are only counted as one view. So I guess out of all my views, there's going to be a lot of kids and stuff that watch it and then they show their friends. So they might play it 20 times, but I'm only getting one view out of that. So yeah. I guess that makes sense. But the 5-second thing too. I'm hoping the Tron one gives me a little more traction because it's more 5 seconds is pretty easy to get on this. And did you notice? I was gonna start it as it was coming around the corner or whatever, but I'm like, you only have like a second before people say next video and flick. So I did it. It looked down and started right when I did it because there's more to it. Like I could have done the part before you launch, the lights are going by, and I really liked that part, and that's how I had it. But I'm like, in order to get something to get a huge amount of views, you got to grab their attention immediately. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna just do the. They do have analytics. I didn't know they had this on the PC. A lot of these platforms don't do much for you on the when you're on a computer versus your phone. Like Instagram, they always say go to your cell phone to do this and that. Like go to the mobile. So well, it's not working real great, but say too the. Yeah, it looks like it's knocking us out. All right. Yeah, look, Argentina again. I'm always big in Argentina. It's almost as big as the United States for me on TikTok, too. They just love me in Argentina. 1,278 hours is how many. That's how much watch time was on this 1 minute video of Tron. That's pretty crazy, huh?
Yeah.
That's a lot. And the average time is 7.5 seconds. So that means this one is going to probably do well for me bonus wise, like people are watching more of it. So I reached 560,000 people. I've never looked at this before, so just interesting. But yeah, they don't give you too much information, but yeah, see, and how did people find it? The For You, 97.7%. People that follow me, no.
Yeah, it's coming up. They're funneling your hashtags.
Hashtag, they said nope. Personal profile, nope.
Yeah, but for you comes for you. You look at your hashtags to identify what the video is about.
Yeah. Yeah, look, my number 3 is Spain.
Hmm.
So, yeah, United States, Argentina, Spain, Mexico, then the United Kingdom, and then Germany. That's just an odd mix. I got to
Well,
tell you that.
the
I
reason
think
is
it's because I
you.
don't talk.
Yes, I was going to say that. The reason why is because your video, your particular video style is without language, so it, it works for those people.
Yeah, they don't want to hear someone speaking English just going on and on and on talking to them. So
Hmm.
that is true. That's there's and I don't use text too, so they don't have text they don't understand flashing up at them. They just see a
Right.
cool coaster and that's it. That's all they
Hmm.
got to know. Huh, interesting.
Hmm.
Anyway, I'm still, as of now, TikTok is my absolute favorite. I get to watch it go up every day, and the bonus thing that came out of nowhere. And again, it may never happen again. It's just a beta test, but whatever. I literally, how often do you want to do something and you try to do it and you just can't make it work? I literally got a 2.7 million and it looks like I'm heading towards another million plus. I wanted to get million plus views and I am. So
Hmm.
I know I can't do that with just any video. Everest is always a great one. Tron is good too, but here's an example. I tried it with Velocicoaster. It died out at 72,000. I did a top hat in the day and at night. I don't know. I I was hoping maybe this would be a million view one too. It was not. So and again, then it plays at night, and I thought that might be enough to get people to watch. And even my other Velocicoaster one that I did a while ago, it did very good, but I think it died out. Yeah, 646,000. It just
That
stopped. I don't
one
know.
with the top hat at night would be really cool if you got to the top during the day, and as you go down, you put on the night. You edit the night one in right that you turn it to night. That would be
I
cool.
can do that, but that's exactly why I need more versions of this stuff though. Like my wife would be like, "You already recorded it." It's like, well, I have a front row during the day and a mid train at night. I need a front row at night and a front row during the day or something so I could switch it up and be in the right place, like that would be a cool transition to go up.
Yeah, it would be. That'd be cool.
Turn out the lights and go down.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, here's the night one. But again, the night one is from far back. The day one is right in the middle. I don't think I got a day one from far back yet. But see that this one didn't do that great either.
Hmm.
And I don't know why. Well, 147,000. That's great. But
That's pretty good.
like I
Yeah.
said, I was trying. The Hulk got 450,000. That's good. But again, I put on like a normal thing. Like I did the Dial of Destiny bar, got 2,000. It's like nobody
Hmm.
cared. Even Divine, I got millions of views on her before, but it wasn't Disney fans. It was people saying, "Oh, I would punch that thing if I saw it come out of the bushes at the
Jeez.
thing," and stuff like that.
Wow.
It was just people thinking it was creepy. But again, I did this today, 1,000. Yeah, based on all these other numbers, that's a pretty sad one. But again, hopefully it grows a little. But anyway, 93.3. I was gonna say I'm gonna refresh quick. Maybe no, I was gonna say it could have popped to 4 already by now. That's how quick it goes. But I'm really hoping to get 100,000 plus
Hmm.
on TikTok soon.
It's
Uh,
coming.
it could happen, or I could go back to very slow for the next 6 months and not grow much, and that happens too on there. So
Hmm.
you just never know. But again, right now, I'm very happy with TikTok because it feels good to get views and growth. And then they throw in a bonus. I'm like, oh, that's great. I feel like I'm in an abusive relationship with uh, Instagram. They keep
Instagram.
wanting me to
Yeah.
do everything. They don't do nothing for me. And they're like, nah, but keep making your videos. And I'm like, oh, just it feels off. And again, not even just the money. It's not about the money per se. All right, no bonuses, but here's what I wanted to mention about this. I created a fake account, the one we talked about before, and really one of the big reasons I did it was I don't follow my other accounts on it. It's a test account because I want to follow Disney and Universal and see will they ever recommend me. And I looked at the For Me page, and absolutely nothing for comes up for Disney for me. But if you type in like Universal Studios, every reel on that page is CUO, CUO, CUO. I'm everywhere on it. You type in Walt Disney World, I don't exist.
Hmm.
It's all the same culprits. But then I got more specific. I typed in Epcot, I don't exist. I typed in Tower of Terror. I had all the popular reels, and my reels were even bigger. Like WDWNT did one. I had them beat by a couple thousand. My reels had like 10,000 plus likes. They were at like 7. I was like, man. So with specific stuff, my Disney account comes up, but generally, it does not appear on anybody's For You. They're not
Hmm.
pushing it at all. So some of my followers see it and a handful of other people, but I am not. I'm not in favor, and I must be falling out of favor with you, Universal, a little bit. But I still appear everywhere. When you look, if you looked up right now on Instagram, like anything with Universal in Florida, my stuff will pop up all over the page. So, but
Hmm.
anyway, I thought that was interesting. Just hit 3,000 on YouTube too, so that's nice. Again, that's like the slowest struggle ever. So somebody somebody commented on my pirates video and was like, "Man, your videos are so good. You why aren't you at like 1 million subscribers already?" And I'm like, "Man." I think I said something like I do well on Instagram and TikTok, but I just never got traction on YouTube, as hard as we tried. Just
I don't know why. I mean, we got you to monetization, and then after that, it was like everything was really, really slow. And
yeah.
I'm not really sure. I think it's because they constantly revolve algorithm things, and I don't know what the key is for YouTube. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, I as far as I'm concerned, I think you need to be an attractive young lady or pushing something that makes people angry.
Hmm.
That's your two options. If you can get one of them, you'll be all right, but just write regular stuff. I don't know.
Man, if we would have started something talking about beer brands or retail stores, we
Yeah,
would
if
have been, you know.
really came on every day angry about Bud Light and Target. We get millions of views for it, though.
we would.
I could do that, but it
Man,
doesn't have anything to do with me, really. But I
no,
could do
but man. Oh.
it.
All right, John, where can they find you online?
You can find me at SeeWDW on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and YouTube and CUO on Instagram and Facebook.
All right, you can find me at the Giant Rat, THEE Giant Rat on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube and on Twitter. And that should do it for this one. We will see you on the next one.